Former football star and actor O.J. Simpson was granted parole yesterday and could be released from Lovelock Correctional Center in Nevada as early as October 1st.
Mr. Simpson, I do vote to grant parole when eligible, and that will complete this hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
A clearly emotional Simpson bowed his head and then smiled upon hearing the unanimous vote from 4 Nevada parole board commissioners to grant him early release after serving a minimum of 9 years of a 33-year sentence. The 70-year-old was convicted in 2008 for his part in an armed robbery involving 2 sports memorabilia dealers in a Las Vegas hotel room trying to retrieve what he says was his own property.
I've spent 9 years making no excuses about anything. I am sorry.
One of the victims of the robbery spoke on Simpson's behalf, saying the former college, NFL, movie, and TV and advertising star deserved a second chance. So did Simpson's oldest daughter.
We recognize that he is not the perfect man, but he's clearly a man and a father who has done his best to behave in a way that speaks to his overall nature and character, which is always to be positive no matter what.
Let's bring in Jerry Brimby of The Undefeated, ESPN's The Undefeated. Jerry, I go right to you. Bottom line is this here. Let's just be real honest. The reason O.J. Simpson got 33 years in prison was because, and the judge in that particular case, she also sentenced him. She waited for the anniversary of the day he was acquitted in the 1994 deaths of Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman. He, of course, had the civil suit against him, has to pay back $33.8 million. But anybody else who's not named O.J. Simpson, for that particular armed robbery, max get 2 years. In fact, the other men involved, even the ones who pulled the gun, only one went to prison. There for only 2 years. The rest never went to prison.
I mean, you're absolutely right that he got time for the murder of Nicole Brown Simpson, and you know, there was so much public outrage, especially from white America when Nicole Brown died and Ron Goldman were killed. And you know, that whole trial was just such a scene. You know, it showed the racial divide in this country. You know, you had images of black people watching it and celebrating when he was acquitted, and white people just really in shock and in tears when he was acquitted of the Nicole Brown Simpson case. So yeah, it was, a lot of people view this as payback. I did a story for The Undefeated earlier this week, and a lot of people were saying just that you know what, this was just all payback for the first crime, and they're all hoping that OJ just does the right thing this time and stays out of trouble, because you know the system will find any other reason to put him back in jail. And again, look, this trial was nearly 25 years ago, and when you saw the coverage on yesterday, this nation is still riveted by O.J. Simpson, because this had every element of reality TV. You had race, you had sex, you had a white man, you had a black man who many say is a white man, and a white woman. You saw the documentary O.J. You had the Kardashians involved. You had all these folks involved. I mean, it was, and this nation is still riveted by it. And that's why it is still topic of attention. That's why it got 33 years. You're right. And I mean, you know, you look at the TV shows, the FX series with Cuba Gooding Jr. on it, the OJ Made in America documentary on ESPN that aired for 7.5 hours and won an Academy Award. So yes, this country still has great interest in OJ. And it's surprising because when I did speak to the people earlier this week in Washington, D.C., a lot of the young people don't even remember the trial, and they don't remember him as a great football player, but they do see him as an important figure based on the recent media coverage with the TV show and the documentary. So you know, one of the things that OJ said yesterday was that I just want to kind of live a quiet life, and really that's going to be really impossible for him. I mean, you know, OJ loves the public. I saw him in the Bahamas maybe 4 years after the first acquittal with the Nicole Brown Simpson, and yeah, he wasn't trying to skip the spotlight at all. He was just enjoying life at that time.
Rena, bottom line is here. This judge was shameful and despicable. I am not an OJ apologist. Hell yeah, I think he killed him, no doubt in my mind. Damn. But nobody else would have gotten 33 years. And then when she says, oh, by the way, I'm giving you this sentence, and it has nothing to do with you being found not guilty. You a lie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, what can we say about this whole case? I mean, just about OJ as a criminal, you know, or if some think he's not a criminal. What can we say about him that hasn't been said before? But what's interesting is that on Netflix, Netflix now. You look at the Robert Kardashian documentary, it's fixated on OJ. This country has an obsession with him, and I think I'm the age of his son, and I remember the trial and just remember thinking, like, is this what you get when you have enough money, that you are acquitted of a crime? Like, you know, you just free and clear. That's it. Well, that was the message for me, is that he had enough money, enough celebrity to avoid this. I feel like he did it. I think he committed those murders. I think what he did in the years after was confusing and weird. I obviously don't agree with the 33 years he got for this, but our robbery, OJ?
But Cleo, it's real simple. White folks can't get over OJ.
Exactly. White folks can't get over that from everybody's perspective. So far, he killed a precious white woman and a precious white man. And got away with it.
That's right.
Typically, even with just the accusation, a brother was hanging. But he got away with it if indeed he did it. I'm gonna keep some ifs out there because it was found not guilty in a court of law, and it was unprincipled for the judge to take advantage of her racism and sentence him again. But I want to say one more thing about about OJ. He said that he had a conflict-free life.
Boy, bye.
Remember he said that during his parole hearing.
We know that was crazy, Amber.
So I am a part of that generation who doesn't know OJ the football player, but you know Jay-Z has caught me up to speed. And what I will say is it's important to mention that OJ served his time. He went to jail. He served his time. Now let him come home and do what he needs to do.
Play golf.
You know his skin looks great. He's back. Let him come on.
He's black. I mean, come on.
Right, black don't crack. Jerry Bembry, man, we appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And I'm sure OJ will be signing a reality show probably by November 1.
Take care, Roland.
I appreciate it.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh, my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no.
That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.